UCLA and later on. So as a Mellon scholar, she especially valued learning diverse perspectives from peers, forming friendships and connecting with classmates, shared trips and throughout various courses. Most importantly, she is a mother of a 2 years old Ari. She is the most magical part of her journey, and one of the favorite parts of Vanessa's life is to, showcase Ori, the final product of her project after she witnessed all the struggles and troubles she has been going through, right, Ori? Okay, so Vanessa's presentation as title is called From Antiquity to Rebirth, Correspondence of Ancient Wisdom and Mystical Fruits.
Hello. Hi, thank you so much for being patient with us, and especially this lovely little angel here. First and foremost, please be completely open-minded, for everything you're about to hear is true, and it happened to me. I too didn't have time to remember my speech, so I also wrote it down. So this is the mythical relation of fruit, a correspondence of ancient wisdom. So my journey has proved to be a great comparison to ancient antiquities of both ancient philosophers and myths. Philosophers of Plato, Socrates, and Pythagoras, even Buddha. And myths of Pandora's box and Persephone, which in cohesion captured the realm of consciousness and connected our time to antiquities. The apology. What if Socrates had been wrong? That alone was his realization. Socrates believed to be just and good. He believed to live life to be just, live a simple life, and be good. And the examined life, living each and every moment fully conscious of every move that is being made in virtue. And so during the 2020 pandemic, I almost died. I fasted for 6 months and it almost cost me my life. Sorry. Whoa. Had it not been for the correspondence of these ancient antiquities, I would have. Okay. I would have. I examined my surroundings, philosophy of life, and consciousness. I call this my teachings, daily routines and labyrinths. I kid you not, that involve nature, listening to sounds, and most of all, the birds, who I know now, aside from nature, of course, are the first to respond within that realm of understanding and correspondence. This excruciating journey that led me to discovering pure vegetables, the fruits, and carrots, cucumbers, squash, and pure fruits, figs, nectarines, and pomegranates. These turned out to be seasonal. Hey, what are you doing? Get over here. Okay. Pythagoras, the beloved philosopher and lover of cosmos and mathematics, was vegetarian and would eat cucumber seeds, claiming that cucumbers could be the cleanest of foods. Persephone, the myth stolen by Hades and forced to eat the seeds of pomegranates to never leave the underworld, leaving wonder of if Persephone ever truly loved Hades, who created the most beautiful world of gardens, love, and royalty within the underworld because of his true love for her. Now, Pandora's box. What is it? The scary box of chaos, redirecting your destination towards the path of your destiny. The monk of a hill we unfortunately now need to get through in order to achieve our dreams and those desires of the heart. Had she not opened it, would we have everything we have today? We still got fired. Which leads me back to Persephone. At the end of my teachings, I began to eat again. What I found in correspondence with the world around me: cucumber at the beginning of summer, figs midsummer, And now you think Siddhartha, who famously sat under a fig tree, went through the box and became Buddha. And then I was introduced to the winter fruit I've never eaten, the pomegranate. While seeking answers to why these fruits or experience overall is when I was taken towards yet another path, the world of myths uncommonly known. For me, the myth was of Persephone. I didn't know about this myth. Could this myth that I already never heard of be that the pomegranate fruit and seeds actually allowed her to leave back to the upper world from the underworld? Where she could spend time with her family and give us the beauty of spring gardens instead? Now, taking what I just said, winter was the end of my teachings and I began eating again. And when I say eating again, I mean full on eating anything and everything in sight. I was hungry. At the end of the labyrinth, before becoming back to our world, the pomegranate was the last fruit I came across before finally eating again. Now you think, but okay, it's just a myth. And now the context of the actual myth is different from my understanding and experience of it, but that is a whole other conversation and philosophical point of the examined life. But you still think whatever Mythbuster is just a myth. Well, I'm here to tell you that we are all still connected to our ancient fathers and mothers. The correspondence, nature and the unconscious, the examined life and fruit, the energies of the conscience and the unconscious around us that we take for granted have greater meanings, philosophies, and magic sourcing through everything, the sacred. According to Joseph Campbell, myths are like parables, in that they are intended to point to and disclose the sacred, and myths emerge from the unconscious through dreams. In Carl Jung, dreams express unconscious state. Dreams. We accept dreams. Why have we dismissed myths and only accept them as stories or allegories? Myths. Well, that goes out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Myths are the human condition. Myths are the human condition, the dreaming unconscious psyche. Hey. Okay, I'll just start from the beginning. Dreams. We accept dreams. Why have we dismissed myths and only accept them as stories or allegories? Myths are the human condition, the dreaming unconscious psyche. We dream of dreams, follow them, and tell the fantasies of stories surrounding them, whether from real dreams seen during sleep or an idea created and achieved, like the Greek achievements and myths. But we are still connected through dreams, stories, myths, and virtues, corresponding around us. Fruit. It all has a meaning. In full circle, past this labyrinth and in the end of my trials, I saw answers. This is also part of why I'm here today, along with all my fellow humanity Mellon scholars. What I received was the greatest gift of joy. I bore my own fruit. Already sage, lovely. My daughter was born December 16, 2022, 8 pounds, 6 ounces, 22 inches at 4:28 a.m. At this time of the slide, she was turning magically 2, and now she is magically 2.5 years old. And I am still absolutely in love with her. Mythical has a way of life the same way philosophy holds its own way of existing as the examined life. These teachings brought me down to the path of philosophical discoveries, mysticism, and while seeking answers, provided fruits of nature and into labor. My life was saved by nature, and now because of the existence of my newborn daughter. So to me, 200 BCE doesn't seem like really that long ago. The course of Greek achievements, myths, and philosophical readings have helped me tremendously to answer questions I was left with when returning from this world of psychosis. I also discovered we're also connected to our ancient fathers, mothers, and humanity. That the antiquities of 2,000 years ago can still coexist within us, the same way the box, pomegranate, and myths have with me. An in-depth sense of the well-examined life. Thank you.
Any questions for Vanessa?
No question, but I would just like to commend you for your keeping it, with the distractions that are happening. I know it can be very, very difficult.
This has been the whole Mellon
It shows us that, we all can do it.